That's all wrong. That's still all wrong. What am I doing with the camera? Why am I getting this so spectacularly wrong? I don't know. This is very weird. Is that right? Yeah, it's right. I think. What are you doing? Jedi, it's always an eternally good question. Cocking it up. Sorry, messing it up. We are making Waikiki. But more importantly, how are you? How are you this fine Tuesday? Are you well? I'm just going to start by slowly and gently measuring ingredients. What's been new with you today? Let's just... I don't need very much of this red cabbage, so let's just... Oop. That's apparently nearly it. Really? Okay. So I'll have to do something else with this cabbage. Might pickle it. That might be a good thing to do. 48, 49. Oh, just do this. Yeah, that's better. So this is an untried recipe. Not done it before. It's from the same book we've been trying recently. Sort of healthy recipes. Not too bad. I was streaming Fallout New Vegas and just, hey, well done. Oops. Well done, sir. I'm knocking things on the floor. Hang on. Whoops. Bravo, sir. Bravo, 200. That is very impressive. Well done. I'm sorry I missed the stream. It's been a day that I have gone to work and run from work. Fortunately, I did not have the utmost pleasure of your company. Now this requires it to be shredded, so I think I need to break this up a bit. Maybe even shredded a bit more might be quite a good idea. Just a rough chop. Go. So, start with red cabbage. Let's get this. I think can go nicely into our. Actually, I was about to say it could go into our stock bowl, but it might dye the stock purple. An interesting experiment. What the heck? Let's see if that's what actually happens. So, for any of you that don't know, I keep a bag full of nice vegetables, the nice bits of them anyway. We keep them in a freezer bag. And then when we're ready, we'll turn them into stock, which I think is an excellent way forward. We do now, however, have a lot of cabbage to use. That's not sad. We made a sauerkraut a long time ago. Maybe it is time to revisit the kraut. Straffen, hello Straffen, how are you? Welcome on in this lovely, it is Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, lovely Tuesday afternoon. Are you well, Straffen? How have you been? Try and keep the red cabbage confined to just there because it dyes things nicely. Just give these a quick wash. Straffen, we've got Jedi here. Jedi, Straffen. I know you guys know each other. So there we go. This is what I hope will be, I'll show you in case anyone didn't see it on social media, I don't have the edible flowers, but this kind of bowl of lovely colourfulness is what we're aiming for. I am well, thank you. Rain came through last night and cooled us off by 15 degrees. Aha, that is nice. Yes, it is a little cooler here, which I think has been a rather blessed relief. Hello, Alice. How are you? How are you this fine Tuesday afternoon? Are you well? How is Mr. Penn? Hello, Lewis. Lewis is here. How are you, Lewis? Rain at night can't be beaten. No, it's nice, it clears the air and leaves everyone feeling sort of fresh and invigorated. All good? Good, good, good. I'm pleased to hear that, Alice. We are... He's busy as always. Ah, yes, that Mr. Penn. Always a busy fellow. Some might say too busy. So I'm doing swell. I'm doing swell as well. We're all swell. Well, I've run from work to here, but that is no bad thing. So a busy day, and now a nice, hopefully, tasty bowl for the evening. So we are going to just slowly dress everything. Also because the rice is over here cooking, and I put it on quite late. So that's got to cook. I'm here but no sound. In that case, Taripa, how are you? Oh, the little one's sleeping. So, asleep. Lovely. Hello. Hello, Reaper. So in a small bowl to start with, we're going to combine the cherry tomatoes here with our tamari and chopped chives. Now, I did run out to try and go and get chopped chives. We didn't have any, so I'm going to dress it with something different. Something, I think for a salad bowl, something quite nice and light. Not too overpowering. What might fit the bill there? Let's have a look. What have we got in the cupboard? Well, not that. That was in the way. How's everyone's day been? Tell me your news. Is everyone... Jedi here just got to 200 followers. So, well done to Jedi. Bravo. Very impressive. Basil might be yeah, a little... Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. A little sprinkling of basil. It's sort of quite an invigorating taste. I like basil. I think that should go quite well. Not quite right, but I think that'll be the one. So I need a tablespoon of tamari. Let's get our tablespoon out. You can see I'm well prepared because, you know, I have nothing that I need to measure anything. Was half the course. Where's my... That's teriyaki. We don't want that. That's the tamari. That's the tamari. Okay. Lewis, you would like me to toot my party horn. I would be delighted. Actually, the bad thing is you can only see my hand doing that. My other hand is over here at my mouth to elongate the horn so it goes... Or... Miniature trombone. I should maybe get an actual party horn. Just not a vuvuzela level, I think. We'll just leave that out. So, here we go. 1 tablespoon of tamari over washed cherry tomatoes. Small sprinkle of a little basil. That go quite well with balsamic vinegar as well. I'm in shock. You needn't be, Jedi. Fully believe that you'd be at 200 fine friends and people. It's a pleasure to always stop by. We'll keep that there. Now, the rice is doing its thing, so we don't need to do anything about that. So after that, it's really just a lot of prep. So, we need to sort out a kiwi. So let's take the label off. This is about as fresh as you could get. I just popped down to greengrocer. There we go. And who doesn't like that as a nice vibrant colour? That is lovely. I'm going to just scoop, I think I'll scoop the inside as the quickest method. Oh, the space saxophone is back. Because it is just that soft that you go right through the skin, so I'm just going to take as much of this as I can. Waste not. What's everybody else got planned for their dinner tonight? Jed, are you celebrating something 200 themed to eat? A celebratory. I know you're a man of a fan of a packet of crisps and a sandwich. Maybe like an extra special sandwich. An extra decadent packet of crisps. So there we go. It's got quite a bit of that. I'll just get the rest. Try and almost quenelle it out of its own skin. Nice bit there. Straffen, I used to irritate my roommate by juggling kiwis at the grocery store. It was fun. I see Jedi said there just as I went to our food recycling. Pizza. Nice choice. What flavour of pizza? If anyone wants a pineapple pizza, I won't understand it, but we won't give you vitriol if that's what you like. Never quite understood pineapple pizza. I once had a dessert pizza. Dessert pizza was nice. But then it becomes more, it's less pizza than it is, I don't know, supposedly almost an Italian or a French standard dessert. Just hot dough with a topping. Nice. Home smoked ham and nice veggies. Hey, very nice. Just standard cheese pizza, nothing wrong with that. Dessert pizza can be tasty. They have some at the local pizza buffet. Okay. I can't... Oh, this needs to be in rounds. 1 kiwi peeled and sliced into rounds, then each round into 8 wedges. My kiwi's not that big. I'm going to improvise that just ever so slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4... And yes, like pineapple. Good man. Stand up for what you like. If you like it, enjoy it. So there's... You can already see, it's going to be a vibrant dinner, this one. It's going to have hot and sticky elements of tofu, smoked tofu, and nicely steamed vegetables combined with some raw vegetables and some raw fruit. So the next thing we want... Who's got their mango to hand? 1 whole mango, peeled, stoned and diced into cubes. So, off we go. Could probably just keep the end on. So, roll that over the stone. He says, rolling it very badly. It's a bit of a tough bit there. Hopefully, daisy. Oh, this one doesn't want to play ball. Okay. Let's try doing it into quarters instead. Well, there goes 1 spoon. Gently, gently, gently. Nope, gently ain't going to do it this time. Off you're already welcome. There we go. Oh dear. Oh. My greengrocer has sold me a duff mango. Ooh, heck. Well, that's problematic. Oh, you can see that. That's no good. Oh dear. Unlike them. It's not great. Oh, heck. No bueno indeed. I don't actually think I can really salvage from that. Just have a look at the... Try to see if there's anything I can... money back. Yeah. My dad will get back to them tomorrow. But that's not very good at all. Yep, unusable. Just trying to see if there's... No, there's really nothing I can redeem there. That's not good. I've got another soft fruit that would fit the bill. Right, okay. Okay, we will improvise and we will adapt. The dish is now going to need some sweetness to it. I've come back to a bad mango. I know, this is quality streaming stuff, isn't it? Looking at slightly duff fruit. I'm just going to lean down here if anyone gets a chin shot. Nope, I have to keep my face out. Right, so we need a bin bag for that on its own. That's dearie. Right, that's no good. Must admit, our greengrocer doesn't normally let us down like that. It's quite a spectacular. Right. Pause, Mr. Owl, and think. What have you got that's mango? What can we do to replace the mango element? What have we got? Something sweet. No nuts. I was wondering suddenly, cinnamon's not fruity, but it's at least we've got sweet cinnamon. That's not going to do the trick though. And I just happen to like cinnamon. Yes. Have I got anything? I don't think I do. Right, well, let's prepare everything else and crack on. So, no mango. Can replace it with a little bit more. Maybe we need some beans on toast and any orange. Straffen, you genius. Hang on, I think I do have an orange. I think I intended it for something else. Aha! Hang on. Straffen, how did you know what was in my fridge? Is this okay? Yes, it is. Well done, Straffen. Well done, Straffen. And again, I'm impressed that the chat knows me so well, they can actually tell me what's in my own fridge. Now that is a close-knit community. Bravo, Straffen. I'm very impressed. So, small substitute, and we crack on. So I shall just trim that. Do them in similar sized. I know. Lewis normally tells us that he's under the couch and will periodically move around the house. Straffen must clearly have taken up residence in another cupboard and is watching closely. The lurking tree that we have is not just metaphorical. Use that there. Although I will confess the orange is a bit smaller, of course, than the mango, so I might just, because a part of the recipe includes golden syrup, so we might just add a little bit more than originally intended. What a good shout by Straffen. Very impressed. Okay, that is our fruit prepared. Let's get rid of that. And the bin needs taking out as well. The little jobs that creep up on one. Okay, we have fruit, check. Let's check the recipe book. So we've got the fruit done. Dressing is by way of cashews, edamame. Let's see what else needs to dress. In terms of prep, actually, that's probably about it, except for ginger and garlic. So let's do... throw in an extra tomato as well, why not? So for those of you who have joined us afterwards, part of the start was tamari dressed cherry tomatoes, which I've done with a light bit of basil. We've got our red cabbage. So let's grab ourselves... Oh, where's the ginger gone? Oh no, what have I done with the ginger? Hang on. Where's it going? There it is. Aha. Ginger, garlic. Lovely. Right, what does this recipe actually call for? Let's see. Well, they're quite small, so we'll do them. So we're going to finely dice the garlic and grate the ginger. In fact, what I might do is how much does it need of this? Hi, hang on, I've lost it. Okay, about half. Actually, there we go. There's a handy half line. So let's just get rid of any extra, and then when we come to heating up the wok, we'll just drop the ginger straight in, grated on top of the oil. And that bit's not so good either. So, yes, it's a pleasure, may I say, to have you all back. And I also welcome, we have had another new follower, Mr. P. King has joined the roost. Welcome, Mr. King. You're very welcome here. Pleasure to have amiable folk as ever. And if this works, folks, technically the prep time on this is probably a lot, well, it is a lot faster than I'm going. I'm just gently pootling through the kitchen. Because otherwise, this is, I think the idea behind the recipe anyway, is that this is a fast to put together, light and refreshing bowl. Origins are from New Zealand. And according to the recipe anyway, what we're doing will serve 3. Or, I dare say, 2 hungry individuals who've been at work for longer than they'd care to describe. It's quite a low-calorie meal as well. So, oh gosh, come on, off you come. So there we go. It's got quite the nice mishmash of flavours, this. Careful with my fingers. This knife is the knife that would go through steel like hot butter. It's very sharp. Now let's do better streaming practice than that. We'll show you as it's being chopped. I'm pleased to say that so far we have had 2 consistent weeks in a row, which is pleasing me greatly. Tomorrow we will either have Mrs. Owl live at 5:30, or, as she is predicting might be the case, work might be a little hectic. I will step into the breach in the evening, provide some form of entertainment. Don't know what it might be yet. It might be the new cooking simulator game that we've purchased. And on Thursday we are going to go and relax playing Elite Dangerous and voyage into what I hope will be graphically high definition stars. So, you had mentioned a dramatic reading. Hello? Oh yes, Strafford, I did. Idea being that we will float in, I haven't bought it yet, but we would actually just do reading. And I'd like to try Bram Stoker's version of Dracula, the original one, and do a dramatic reading of that, get set up with some sound effects that I can play on one hand, for dramatic moments, and on a Sunday evening maybe. I tell you what, I'll pause and explain. I know that horror streams are obviously very fun to watch. The difficulty is when one can't show one's face and show one's reactions to what is going on in the game. So I thought, why not go the other way? And we'll read some horror and we'll read some drama. That, Strafford, I don't know when I'll do it, but I'll be sure to message you. In fact, everyone will of course get the message, but I particularly will message you to let you know, because I know that you were very keen on that. Where are we up to now? Always a good question. Let's see. So, prep done. I need to get our smoked tofu. In fact, whilst I'm getting it, anyone got a suggestion for a dramatic reading or a book story? I've obviously come up with a horror book. Can anyone think of any other ones? Any potentials? Next part of the recipe, whilst I'm getting it, is our smoked tofu, which, happily for me, is exactly the measurement that we also need. We need 200 grams. All I've managed to do there is peel the label off. That's not very helpful. Mr. Owl, I'm going to have my tea. I will see you Thursday, maybe not sure. No problem, Jedi. Enjoy your tea, and hopefully maybe we will see you on Thursday. We will play marbles afterwards, Jedi, so I know you're a big fan of the marbles, so we're starting 7:30, 8:30, somewhere between 8:30 and 9. There will be some marbles. If you want to come and roll your dice. Roll your dice, roll your marbles. What am I talking about? Take care, have a lovely evening. Thank you for stopping by. Lovely to have your company. Okay. Handily, this pack of tofu as well actually comes with the squares pre-done. So it's almost like it knows the minimal effort that people want to put in. I also quite like Toodaloo, Jedi. Toodaloo. I quite like this tofu as compared to the unsmoked one we tried last time, because this one doesn't crumble, it keeps its shape, which is quite neat. I like that. Have a good time zone. That's true, isn't it? Yes, we have a very... I was looking actually in the analytics. It sounds very formal, but basically the figures that get produced in the background. We have a very wide-ranging community. It's quite lovely. Is it extra firm tofu? It is Straffen. Hang on, I'll show you. So, it's smoked on the outside. As you can see, it is quite firm. I'm actually applying quite a bit of pressure there. But it keeps it shaped nicely for that reason. I think we're almost time to go wok side. We have sound. I don't like tofu. Is it Reaper because of its texture, or is it that it falls apart? Because this stuff is very firm, and it's very good, in fact. But if I can, I'll find you a link for it. We have, however, got for other recipes that seitan chicken pieces, which I suppose you can absolutely replace it with. Where are they? So if you weren't a fan of tofu, that would do the job as well. That's the taste. Okay. Right, are we ready to go to the wok? I think it's wok time. Here we go. Sorry about any kind of earthquake graphics modes. Aha. Puts you as in the wok as we can get. Tofu is like a sponge, it will absorb the flavour. Yes, it will, absolutely. And because this is already smoked, it's got quite a lot. So whilst you're there, I will put the book over here. Normally I write it out, but I just haven't had the time recently, so... Okay. So we need to heat over a high heat. Here we go. It's wok time. Wok time. Oh, and this point, hang on, what are we adding then? Mirin. Let's grab the ingredients whilst this is heating up. Golden syrup. Rice mirin. What else do we need? Tamari, got that, check. Yeah, okay. Actually, we're nearly there, folks. This is kind of near the end. What was quite a nice thing about some of these recipes is, well, hang on, whilst we're here, let's have a look. So this technically should take, ooh, definitely getting warm, I'm getting a smoky face. 15 minutes to prep. That can't be right. It says 15 minutes to prep, 18 to 23 minutes to cook. Oh, that includes the rice, of course. And because, hang on, I'll show you. You all probably know this is one of our prized pieces of kit. This is our rice cooker. If anyone wants a link to this, I will send it to you in a heartbeat. It is one of the best things that we have bought for the kitchen. And in fact, it's tied for first place with, oh, now we're smoking. Okay, let's get, it's tied for first place with the coffee machine. It's that good. And I don't say that lightly because the coffee machine is used every single day, come rain or shine. So here we go. In with the oil, probably need a bit more than that. Woo. Okay. put on an extractor fan and open a window, I think. Bit of wok ASMR. Here we go. So there we are. Coat the inside of your wok, put it back down again, because obviously as soon as you take it off the heat, you're not cooking anything. And happily our rice is nearly ready as well. Okay. So, oh, actually I've started this. I haven't checked what my edamame beans require cooking. Let's have a look. Just check the instructions I've got on my beans. Drain and rinse well, ready to eat hot or cold. Right, brilliant. Okay. That's our rice. Oops, so the edamame nearly ready to go. Let's focus on this to make sure that it's done right. So, in goes our garlic. Already quite a fierce reaction there. And then we want to add the ginger. Woo. Quite a lot of splatter from the oil, but that's a good thing. This is what we want. The larger bits I'll do a quick chop on. So, a quick stir there. Quite hot, quite fast that, so I'm going to just lift that off the heat for a second. Don't want to burn it to a crisp. The last pieces of garlic, ginger straight in. Just chop them down a little bit. In that goes again. Okay. So on top of that we want to add, let's see, mirin. Turn that down a little bit. Whilst I work that, 2 tablespoons of mirin. Woohoo! There we are, folks. There goes the mirin. Tamari, we then want, how much more tamari do we want? 2 tablespoons of tamari. Make your life easier by measuring this in advance. This is quite fun. So then we add in our tablespoon of golden syrup, and then in we go with the smoked tofu. And Reaper. How is Reaper Junior and how is Mrs. Reaper tonight? And what's for your dinner? Thank you for hanging on in there when we didn't have audio. I hope you're having a lovely day. So I'm just going to coat that. And the description is to give it 2 to 3 minutes. Is golden syrup similar to corn syrup? I think corn syrup is more of a thickening element. Golden syrup is quite close to, similar-ish to treacle. I don't know if it's similar to corn syrup. Let's have a look. It's sugar. And that's about it. So I'll have a look for you, Strafford, because I don't use corn syrup very often. So, right, let's just put the timer on quickly. We'll give that just 2 minutes in the sauce. So we want smoked tofu that's nice and sticky. In fact, it wouldn't hurt to give it a bit of My favourite seasoning is a bit of black pepper going in there. We put in a little bit of extra salt. So with pancake syrup or simple syrup, I tell you what, your last observation, Stratton, honey would be my alternative, if not golden syrup. I would go for honey as an option. Oh, Reaper has the answer. Whilst both syrups are similar in colour, turn that down, they're a different item. Corn syrup is made from corn starch, golden syrup is made from sugar. Flavour is also different. Corn syrup has a very mild flavour, golden syrup has a more pronounced buttery caramel flavour. As you can see is what we're aiming for here. So leave that on the heat. Because then after this, we are plating up. Folks, this is one of the fastest streams I think I've ever done. So I'm going to give you some wok ASMR. Thank you, Reaper, as ever. What a star he is. What a star. So we're going to need for some slightly bigger bowls. This is dinner after all, so let's get ready to plate up. Remove Master Chief out. Well, I do always consider you fairly master. Right, the coconut milk has to be mixed in with the rice. So I'm going to need another bowl for that. Okay, that I'm going to turn down and let get a bit sticky. And what we're going to do, a little improvisation. The rice is technically meant to be cooked in the coconut milk, but because we use a rice cooker, it's a slightly different approach. Ooh, turning it down, here's a tip. Turning it down a bit is helping it get even stickier. So I'm going to wait until the tofu has taken all of that up as a sauce. Good, right, things are going and progressing well, I think. So let's take our items to dress off to one side. Beans. So Reaper, tell me, I know that you and your family are vegan. What do you use instead of tofu? And tofu to me seems, smoked tofu in particular, seems like a sort of staple necessity. What do you go for? As a general rule. Let's bring you back now to service side. Service. No. Move. Get ready to plate these. Oh, right. Come on back, folks. We're going to come here. Vegan? No. Oh, I see. Oh, right. So I thought you guys were vegan. Have I misunderstood? Forgive me if I have completely misunderstood the situation. Mainly, so is it vegetarian more? Let's clear that away. I did have a sip. What was it? Oh, it's okay. Okay. For me, tofu texture and taste puts me off the food. Don't know why is tofu is good if you want to be on a diet. I will send you some links, Reaper, because I'm slightly getting my head around tofu. Not completely, I hasten to add. I mean, sometimes it just leaves me completely sort of you know, there's nothing really there kind of thing. Right, we are going to take our cooked rice, or quite a bit of it. I'm realising I've picked completely the wrong receptacle for this, so I'm going to block the camera for a second, sorry about this, delve into our cupboard of tricks. Aha! We're back. I find eat less meat is better for you entirely. Yeah, do you know what? I think I have some interesting observations and thoughts on that. And one of them particularly is the issue is not with meat full stop. It's with the amount that's consumed. That kind of out of control consummation of meat seems to be the issue, because obviously people that farm the land and have animals, it's hugely beneficial for the land. The issue is how much we do, because obviously my grandparents' age, and they remember this, and I have the pleasure and privilege that they are still with us to recount this. Having meat was meant to be a special occasion thing, so you didn't have meat every single day, you didn't have it for every single meal, but it seems that we've kind of gone out of control, and there's so much meat consumption. Sorry, folks, I realise I'm over here now. Oops. That we've lost control of it. So what I've done here is I'm mixing our rice with the coconut milk it said to cook it with. There's no problem there. Only because we cook it in a rice cooker, can't do it the same way. So let's mix that in nicely. Okay. Exactly, it's like a successful, yes, you've got it, that's it. And that's why, particularly in the United Kingdom, something like a Sunday dinner was a big event, because you all got round and you had a chicken. And it wasn't something that you got all the time, it's a chicken, it was a big event. And now the idea is, well, you have chicken any time. It's spiraled out of control, and the world would just be better if we moved hugely back to a lot less meat consumption, rather than getting rid of it entirely. Okay, I'm going to try and do some nice presentation for Mrs. L. She's had a tough day again today. Long day, hard working hours. So I'm going to... And hunting is a way that improved our fitness. Quite right, yes. By the time you'd actually hunted the thing down and got to eat it, you'd earned it. So I've started with sort of a flat base of rice about halfway up. I've got, as you'll appreciate, nothing to dress by way of edible flowers. So I'm going to do the same for this bowl, leave enough for seconds if we want. Then the suggestion is dress in quarters like a pizza. So let's get the picture back again and try and produce something that's kind of sit. Right, so if I were to take a couple of tamari and basil tomatoes, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, leaves a bowl for seconds. Okay, let's put that there. Let's pop a splash of colour in the form of some shredded cabbage next to the tomatoes. Let's move it so you can hopefully see it. So we'll pop that there. A bit more on that one. So then we want some edamame beans. Let's put them in an inelegant decanter, but I'm going to have to put these in the fridge afterwards. So excuse fingers, these have been recently washed. I'm going to pop some edamame beans next to the tomatoes. There we go. Now let's see. Let's pop some orange next to the beetroot. Quite sure I've got the portions measured out here. I'm doing it a bit by eye. So that, and then we put some. Wasn't much kiwi, so I might just dot that over the top there. Right, what's next? So we've got all of those nice little nuggets of flavour on. Let's drop in some smoked tofu on the corner here. That's looking good. Pop some there. There we go. So, I made a bit of a mess so far, but here is what we're looking at the moment. Actually, that's looking pretty good. Right, it tastes as good as it looks. All right. Now, what do we want on top? Garnish with the... Let's make sure we've got everything. So we need cashews, edamame, red cabbage, check, 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 check. So then we want... Gonna have a couple of coconut flakes on the top. Cashews as well. So I'll just drop a few sort of like hidden. You'll find them as a nice little surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, drop that in there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Got plenty to go, so you can garnish it as much as you like. And then the last thing, in fact, a little bit of nori. I've actually got here. Does it say nori or just seaweed? Maybe I'll actually crumple up the nori in sheets instead. So I'm just going to actually just a little bit of shredded nori flakes on top. Now we follow the recipe exactingly to this, but to me, what this recipe screams that it is just a big comforting bowl of appropriately balanced flavours on top of rice. So I suppose you can tailor to really whatever your preference is. Right. Now I have created a bombshell, but here we are. Here is our Waikiki bowl. I'm going to ask if Mrs. Howell wants to come down. She might be still elbows deep in the middle of work, so I will try it at the very least. But let's just see if she's free. Well, we are ready. I'll have to do a taste test. Mrs. Howell's going to come and join us. So, we'll get our cutlery ready. Yes, I find dried seaweed does go a long way. I've actually got another bag which is, in fact I'll show you this because Mrs. Howell's just done. is this one, which is different again. But we had nori, so I thought I'd try nori. But otherwise, let me show you, because I can eat this almost raw. So here you go. This is almost pre-shredded. It's got sort of seeds in it as well. I love it. I really do. Okay. What do we think? Taste test time? I think it might be taste test time. Hello, my love. How are you doing? You've been working hard.
Ooh.
You think it looks good?
Yeah.
Mrs. Owl is kindly taking pictures. We've had lots of people. Alice has been here, Reaper's been here, Strafford's been here, Jedi's been here. Strafford is still here. I think lots of people are still there. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Strafford immediately says, "This is all." Right.
Okay.
Gonna give this a try.
Okay, you try first.
What shall I try first?
Well, aren't you need to...
Shall I try and just get a spoon of lots of stuff?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay, here's some tofu. I'll dig in. I've got some rice.
Is the rice flavoured or is it just plain?
Flavoured with the coconut milk.
Oh, right.
So there's
it's going to be really coconutty, isn't it?
Hopefully not. So here's an edamame bean, the tofu. The mango was off.
No.
It was.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, really bad. So here we go. That's a spoon of kind of everything. I'm going to basically pop it all in my mouth, apart from the fruit. So hang on. Oh. That's really pleasant.
Pleasant.
It's really comforting. I think this recipe, as I was just saying, I'm kind of thinking it's a base of rice and then a smorgasbord of the colourful and tasty.
Well, yeah, that's what bowls are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the kiwi and the tofu. That's nice. How does the orange and the edamame go? So, not really had edamame before. What do I think of it? What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't... I don't know. I wouldn't describe it as comforting, but I guess that's because it's not
What your go-to
my
comfort?
born cuisine is, you know.
Yeah.
The cuisine of my childhood. I guess it's okay though.
I mean, I agree with you. I think if I had this in a restaurant, I'd be totally satisfied. I think this is New Zealand comfort food, and I don't think it's British comfort food, but
it's quite... Also, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of coconut. When you have like the coconut rice and the orange, it's like eating a dessert.
Is that confusing you?
Yeah. But it's not if I have like the kiwi. But it is if I have the orange.
It could be that the orange was, and Strafford rightly, because I was thinking, what can we put in to deal with the mango?
I mean, it's a good substitute, but...
I agree with you. I keep thinking I eat the orange and I'm expecting to get to fruit salad.
My tofu is good. I am really coming around to like these veggie proteins. They're quite good.
I mean, this was done with garlic, ginger, golden syrup.
I know, I heard you say golden syrup from upstairs and I was like, what the hell's going on downstairs?
What's he doing? I think actually the tofu might be my favourite bit of this. Oops. The tofu and the rice.
And what are the tomatoes dressed in? Because they look like they're dressed.
Tamari and basil.
Oh. Is that what you recommend?
Chives, but we didn't have any. So I went for something that I thought would sit well with tomatoes.
Tomatoes are nice.
Basil works well, doesn't it? It's just light. What do you think if we did this as sauerkraut?
I don't know. I guess maybe it would depend how like fermented. I think a pickled red cabbage.
That might be better than a full sauerkraut.
Because rather than funky, it's just like tangy. I thought you were going to make one tonight anyway, with the red cabbage.
I ran out of time. Oh, so we only got the cabbage this afternoon.
Yeah, I know. But I thought you were going to make sauerkraut.
Mrs. Allen's absolutely right. I was in fact going to make sauerkraut live on camera.
Yeah, to extend because this was going to be quick. I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, I'm mad. I completely. Alice asked, "How do you think it would be with the mango?" What do you think?
Again, like because I'm one of those people that I don't like sweet and sour. Like that blows my mind. I can't get over really sweet foods and savoury foods. So I think I'd still eat that and think this is a dessert.
I think I'd be tempted, if I'm honest, Alice, to replace the mango with another kiwi.
Yeah,
the kiwi's
doing
absolutely fine. I think
it's not because it has that tang as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just a pure sweet fruit. But I feel like I don't know. Maybe the mango would be more texturally appropriate because it would be similar to the tofu and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I think the kiwi sitting well with the kiwi sits well with the coconut. So the kiwi and the coconut rice go well. It goes well with the tofu because that's just absorbed everything and that's great. The kiwi then sits well with the edamame beans and the tomatoes, and it's not clashing with anything. Whereas I think the orange is, and I suspect.
Did you put in what's this? Is this seaweed?
Nori as a dressing on top.
All right.
I think probably you could do with more nori. I think maybe I was a little bit stingy with.
Did you add that, or did the recipe ask for it?
The recipe asks for it.
Okay.
I tried to follow it as faithfully as I could.
I think you could have this tofu like on its own as a meal with like the rice on the side. You know what I mean?
Genuinely, I could have a block of this. And Reaper, I know you're not a fan of tofu, but I might send you a link to the company that does this.
Smoked tofu is so much better because it's more solid. It's more firm.
It reminds me of this. It's the same thing with the seitan pieces. It's got proper texture to it, and you bite it, and you're like,
Yeah, you need it to have texture rather than being mush in your mouth. I think that's the main issue.
Apart from that, and the dressings all work. So the cashews give a nice crunch, which compares to the edamame, which is soft. The flakes do the same thing, the coconut flakes.
Okay, but you know, like that cafe that we frequent. What would you think if this was a soy and ginger rice rather than a coconut rice?
I think that might be even better.
I would think that would be better because the coconut to me is so jarring. I'm not a coconut fan.
You think maybe would it be better even to leave the coconut out entirely?
No, I feel like the rice needs to be flavoured.
Okay. Well, we can definitely experiment with that. Okay.
Okay, we're basically...
We're now eating in front of you. Here we are. Waikiki bowls. What do you think out of 10? I know what I'm going to give it.
I just got some rind and it was not good.
Oh.
6 or 7.
I was funny enough going to say the same, 6 or 7. I would happily have this again. I don't think I'd have it above some of the other ones we've done.
No.
But for a summer's day, it's light. You got the nice hot, then the tofu, cold elements, crispy elements. Apart from the orange, I think it all sits together.
At least we use the orange.
Thank you, Stefan. So there we go. That's our view, folks. I think we'll definitely do it again. I'll recommend it. I think it goes on the Discord channel. I think it's worth going up there. Because I think
well, nothing else is on there, so...
It will be, though.
Eventually.
Eventually. And we've got enough for seconds as well, which is nice. And you can have whatever you like of it. So you can pick and choose. You can leave the orange.
The tomatoes.
The tomatoes. So here we go. You'd have the tomato. If you were to start this bowl from scratch, what would you have?
Not coconut in the rice, so...
Oh, okay, well, the rice forms the base. So if I was going to do you another bowl right now, you'd put rice in, the cabbage, the kiwi, the tofu.
The edamame is okay. I don't think it really does anything either way.
Maybe it's just there to be good for you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Yeah, it's a health bowl, isn't it?
It's definitely a bowl of health. Actually, let's have a quick look, because I don't really...
Why is there a spoon on the floor?
Oh, it fell off, and I would have had to have bent down to have gone to get it.
Oh.
protein, that's what it is. It's high in protein.
Okay.
10.9 grams per 100 grams.
Oh, which is a quarter of that tin.
Yeah.
Oh no, the drained weight is 210, so half of that tin.
Half of this tin is 10 grams of your daily protein. We haven't had nearly that much. Just see, does it tell you what else is in it that's good for you? It doesn't. I can look that up and find out. But there's no salt, relatively high fibre, relatively low sugar, a decent amount of good fats, and good energy as well. Yeah, okay. I think that's a success. That goes on. That's a recipe to share. Excellent. Right, folks, in that case, we are probably going to go and plate up, well, we're going to eat these and then plate another bowl. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I'm sorry that I completely forgot I was meant to be making the sauerkraut this evening. I am an idiot. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday.
Will it keep till then? I think you need to make it before then.
Okay, maybe we'll make it and put it on TikTok or something.
Okay.
So we're going to go do that, folks. Thank you very much, Straffen. Thank you for your company. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you, Jedi. I'm sorry if I've forgotten absolutely anybody. Mrs. Owl, I'm not going to say will be here tomorrow.
We'll have to see
because it's very work dependent. If you're not, I might jump in and do something later in the evening.
Okay.
So
you'll see one.
You'll see one of us tomorrow. Is the plan.
You'll see one of us or hear one of us.
Yeah. There'll be some measure of owl in your life. So okay, everyone, have a marvellous evening wherever you may be, wherever your time zone is. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.